Good morning, Valpo. 15 in the morning is back. I'm Collin Luft, and joining me, as always, Heather Bricka. Back with us is Blake Harms, and for the first time, Nick Rakowski.
Thank you for having me.
Well, with the snow on the ground outside, we're glad to be back, and in just a little while, we're going to unveil for the first time our brand new control room. But first, Blake, what do we have for the viewers today?
Well, Collin, the Oscars have arrived, and whether you are a film aficionado or couldn't care less about the Hollywood elite, we will be covering all the angles of tonight's Academy Awards.
And we're going to take a look at weather across the nation and see when spring will finally arrive. That's coming up with Heather with the weather, but first, don't go away. Coming to you live from VUTV, this is 15 in the morning.
With the 92nd Academy Awards this evening, there are many different great pictures that were created this past year. So let's take a look at some of the Best Picture nominees.
And finally, all voting members of the Academy have nominated the following films for Best Picture.
Ford versus Ferrari. Peter Chernin, Jano Topping, and James Mangold, producers.
The Irishman, Martin Scorsese, Robert De Niro, Jane Rosenthal, and Emma Tillinger-Koskoff, producers.
Jojo Rabbit, Carthew Neal, and Taika Waititi, producers.
Joker, Todd Phillips, Bradley Cooper, and Emma Tillinger-Koskoff, producers.
Little Women, Amy Pascal, producer.
Marriage Story, Noah Baumbach and David Heyman, producers.
1917, Sam Mendes, Pippa Harris, Jane Ann Tengren, and Callum McDougall, producers.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, David Heyman, Shannon McIntosh, and Quentin Tarantino, producers.
And Parasite, Kwak Shin-hye and Bong Joon-ho, producers.
Get it?
All
yes,
right.
Okay.
Many critics see the Oscars' Best Picture category as wide open. The acting categories have clear frontrunners. No movie seems the favorite to don the Oscars' biggest crown on this Sunday night. But the nominations position this year's winner to make history. The Irishman and Marriage Story are from Netflix. Parasite would be the first foreign language film to take the prize. And Little Woman features the powerful talents of many, well, women. Critics seem to view the acting categories as more predictable.
There are some serious perks to just being nominated for an Oscar. Forbes says the gift bag for Academy Award nominees is worth $215,000 this year. That's up nearly $70,000 from last year. All 24 acting and directing nominees get one, bringing the total value to $5.2 million. A product placement and celebrity marketing company called Distinctive Assets is behind all the freebies. The most expensive item this year is a $78,000 12-day cruise. There's also a year's membership to a dating service worth $20,000 and up to $25,000 in cosmetic procedures from a New York City doctor. On the lower price end, there are chocolates. The gift bags are delivered to the nominees in suitcases the week before the February 9th Oscars ceremony. Usually one nominee refuses to accept it, and many have donated it to charity. So far, no one's turned it down this year, and it's not all free. Recipients are required to pay income tax on the value of the gifts they redeem.
Well, and whether nominated for Oscars or not, there have just been some incredible movies this year. So Nick, what was your favorite?
I'm going to have to go with Avengers Endgame because they wrapped up the whole Marvel Avengers series really well. It was a miraculous film, great CGI, and I just loved it.
Blake, how about you?
Knives Out would be a close second, but I'd have to go with 1917. The way they were able to carry that film in almost one continuous scene was pretty remarkable.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see that movie. I've heard a lot of great reviews.
Great film, yeah.
Yeah, I think I haven't really seen a whole lot of movies this year, but A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood with Mr. Rogers was pretty great.
Tom Hanks, just a wonderful performance You know, he's in so much, and yet you almost forgot it was him
Yeah.
sometimes.
Very
But
true.
Every
Yeah.
movie he's in.
yeah, I got to go with Star Wars Rise of Skywalker. I think it did a great job ending the saga on a good note. I know a lot of people weren't too thrilled with it. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
No.
Well, that's great. Well, the 92nd Academy Awards are live tonight at 7 p.m. Central on ABC. Now, coming up after the break, what's in the news with some crazy headlines from the past week? Do Florida residents have a new worry regarding the current coronavirus? And a cause one Valpo student is quite passionate about.
Welcome back to 15 in the morning. Up next is What's in the News, where we look at some of the wackiest headlines from the past week.
Now, a Wisconsin community has a new convenience store that doesn't have employees. It's a 3-square market in Brookfield, just outside Milwaukee. Customers grab the snacks they want and check out on their own purchases. The store appears to be the first of its kind in Wisconsin. It does have off-site employees. One of them is Kurt Johnson, Vice President of Sales.
It is very minimal for the theft rate, under 3%, and in some cases we've had stores that had zero theft.
And with that said, the store doesn't run on the honor system. It has 16 surveillance cameras inside.
Well, you may like to pet your dog, just don't call it a pet. That's the new message from PETA. People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, President Ingrid Newkirk, is calling on pet parents to change their lingo when talking about their dingoes. Newkirk says the word pet does not show our furry friends the respect they deserve and basically equates them to inanimate objects, not beings with emotions. She advises calling them animal companions instead. Newkirk followed that by saying owners should not think of themselves as possessing a dog, cat, pig, or any other animal, but rather their guardians. A PETA representative appeared on Good Morning Britain Tuesday to talk about the issue. Others on the program accused the organization of trivializing its animal rights missions. I mean, it is absurd.
That's all right.
Absolutely absurd.
Well, Shakira and J-Lo wowed the Super Bowl halftime show for Super Bowl 54. This one has a local connection. Thomas Hassel, a Valpo student, has organized a GoFundMe for an important fundraising venture. It reads much like Lincoln's famous Gettysburg Address, however, champions a separate cause, hoping to raise money to book Shakira as this year's Valpo Vibes headliner. The GoFundMe currently has raised $10 towards its $10,000 goal. Shakira, of course, recently performed with Jennifer Lopez at the Super Bowl 54 halftime show. Shakira kicked it all off with the words "Hola Miami." A fury of dance moves followed, and she even showed off on a guitar for her song Empire. Here's to hoping Shakira will someday end up among musical legends such as Panic, John Bellion, All Time Low, and AJR as artists to headline the Valpo Spring Concert.
Well, this one is from NBC2 in Fort Myers, Florida. Cape Coral resident thought mystery package contained coronavirus. Last Friday, a person noticed an empty package on their doorstep from China and called 911 immediately. The fire department's hazmat team was notified as well, and finally, the Center for Disease Control was contacted. The CDC has advised that the coronavirus cannot survive within a package, and there is no record of that ever happening. The virus spreads through droplets like a cough.
What if there were droplets in the package?
Well, that's what I was thinking. There could have been
Right.
droplets in the package, but I mean, it probably takes like a couple weeks to ship from China, so who knows at that point.
That whole list of stories, oh my.
Right? I mean, better safe than sorry, right? Who
Yeah,
wants
it's
a
better safe than sorry.
coronavirus in a
They
package?
call 911 because China has a coronavirus, and they were like, oh, okay.
Well, after the break, how should the post-Groundhog Day weather pan out? Will spring ever arrive? Will join me and Heather with the weather.
And in Collin's Corner, I will be sharing one of my favorite recipes, and it will make you burst with excitement.
Now, the snow that we saw in Valparaiso yesterday is still sticking around. You can see that snowpack just covering the grassy areas. which is probably going to be melting later on today. But for right now, we do see these freezing temperatures, 29 in Valparaiso, in the mid to lower 30s in Illinois. For the rest of the entire United States, it's pretty cold all the way around. Even states like Arkansas and Oklahoma saw some snow earlier this weekend, which is totally crazy for this time of year. We could see that it's still 39 in St. Louis, 37 in Omaha, 38 in Albuquerque, and 20 degrees in Billings. Not a huge temperature gradient for the northern portion into the mid portion of the United States. Only warm temperatures present in Miami, Houston, and Oklahoma City. For the radar around our area, we could see that we did have a little bit of snow flurries earlier this morning, around 8, 9 o'clock. They were really few and far between, and we're really not going to see a whole lot of that snow because that snow is in Minneapolis moving towards the Michigan area. But for us right here, we might see a snow-wintry mix with some freezing rain, but we're mostly going to be seeing the rain transition later on this afternoon. It's going to be pretty cold, but we're still going to be seeing rain, which is a bummer because I know we would rather see some snow. But for the 7-day forecast for the rest of this week, Monday we're going to be seeing 34 degrees, some sun peeking through those clouds. Same thing with Tuesday, but for Wednesday and Thursday all the way through next weekend, we are going to be seeing a cool down, a low of 8 degrees on Thursday. Snow chances probably around 11 a.m., continuing on to later in the afternoon. But Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we are going to be a little bit cooler, but we're still going to be in the freezing range with some sun. But hopefully this weekend will look a little bit more clear than this past weekend. But for right now, we're going to see what Collin has in store for us in Collin's Corner up next.
Welcome back to 15 in the morning. It is time for Collin's Corner. Today, we're on the desk and we are going to be learning how to make mozzarella cheese bursts. So I'm going to pass out some biscuits first.
Ooh,
Here we go.
Oh, man.
This is so easy, even Blake and Nick can do it. All right, cheese.
That's fact.
Here we go. We're passing the cheese out.
Cheese. Do I get
Go
the
with-
cheese touch from this?
Low moisture mozzarella. Now, you have to use the flaky biscuits. You're going to work the middle. Pull it in half.
Mine's not
Work the
It's
middle.
really easy. You having
Oh.
trouble there?
there.
Oh, I really want to eat this dough.
I know, it looks so good.
Do not eat this yet.
Mm.
It'll be even better. Cheese in the middle.
I'm not done yet.
Oh, Nick? Okay.
Oh.
Nick's having some trouble.
Do you,
There you just
just
pull
keep
it.
tearing it right
Yeah.
there.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
I got it.
All right. So then you're going to put your cheese in the middle.
Do we put this on top?
Yeah, put it on top.
Okay.
There you go.
Mm.
Kind of pinch the sides together. And then you're going to go through, score the top. And this is the key right here.
Be careful with the sharp knife.
Be careful with the sharp knife, you two.
We'll see.
Well, you're going to score it. And a lot of times, you're going to want to melt some butter ahead of time.
Mm.
Kind of brush it over the top.
Mhm.
Throw it in the oven about 10, 15 minutes. And
Danger.
that cheese is just going to come bursting out the top. It is wonderful. It's really easy to do,
Or out the sides, too.
or at the sides.
Mhm.
It's just going to burst everywhere. It's great, though. Really easy to do. Even a college student can do it. And
Unless
it's just
you
one of
don't
my
have an
favorite little
oven.
snacks. So
Mm.
there it is, mozzarella cheese bursts.
Well, next up, this isn't a cheesy snack, but it's a great snack and it's just back for the season. Now, McDonald's has several classic fan favorite items that only appear every now and then. This one is the Shamrock Shake. If you love it, get ready to get happy because on February 19th, it's coming back. The minty green treat has been around for 50 years, and that's why McDonald's is bringing it back. They're also introducing the Oreo Shamrock McFlurry. The Shamrock Shake was created by a Connecticut McDonald's owner to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. Sales from the shake helped build the first Ronald McDonald House for families of children who are fighting serious illnesses. The Shamrock Shake and the Oreo Shamrock McFlurry will be available nationwide for a limited time.
Reach out to us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, at ValpoViewTV. Let us know what is your favorite recipe. Send us a picture. Make the mozzarella cheese burst. Let's see how it turned out. And what do you want to see me make this semester? Stick around, 15 in the morning. We'll be right back. Now it's time for closing time. Heather, you're up first. What do you have for us this week?
Well, one Massachusetts man celebrated a special birthday on Thursday. Fred Blizzard turned 107 years old. He's thought to be one of the oldest living men in the state. He didn't ring in another year of life alone. The former New England Patriots linebacker, Vern Crawford, helped him celebrate, along with friends and family, and of course, one of his gifts was his own personalized jersey emblazoned with his remarkable age. Now, Blizzard said that this is the best thing, or says the best thing he's ever done in his long life is marrying his wife, Margaret. They have 3 daughters, 2 grandchildren, and 3 great-grandchildren. How sweet is that?
Yeah, wow.
Sweet. Well, Google came out with a commercial during the Super Bowl that I think struck a lot of people's hearts out of nowhere. It was all about reminding, and the reminder was of an elderly man trying to remember all the great times with his wife. And it was just sending him reminders of what she loved, her favorite movies, everything that they used to do together, anniversary and stuff. And I think it was just, it caught everyone by surprise and made everyone very teary-eyed. And it's just like, wow, that was a very moving commercial that Google just kind of threw in right in the middle of the Super Bowl. Just to remind you, you can set reminders for Google.
Right, I think it really hit everyone in the feels. Like Google coming out with a really sad commercial, I don't think anyone really expected that either.
I didn't know you could set reminders on Google like that either.
I know, right?
I got that one down too.
Well, Nick learned one thing this past weekend. Well, it sure looks like a lot of people are seeing the plus side of having Disney Plus. They've got 26.5 million subscribers. Analysts only expected they'd get between 20 and 25 million subscribers this quarter, but clearly the analysts underestimated Disney. The numbers came out Tuesday when they announced their first fiscal quarter earnings. Disney Plus launched in November, the company's first foray into the world of streaming.
Yeah, I think they surpassed the amount they were expected to get in like the first month or two, in like the first week. So they've
Right.
had a tremendous start.
Definitely, the price point is so low compared to like Netflix or even Hulu.
I will say though, with them adding Marvel and having 3 exclusive movies going to just Disney Plus only, that also boosts the numbers for
Of
sure.
course.
Right, they did that on purpose.
Yeah, they did that. on
It'll be
purpose.
interesting to see if they can sustain their viewership.
And who could forget The Mandalorian? Wonderful show.
Right.
That's true.
Right, Baby Yoda. Yeah. Well, let's go fly a kite up to the highest height. The simple act of flying a kite is closely associated with spring weather and wholesome family fun. And February 8th is the perfect day to enjoy it because it marks National Kite Flying Day. Kites date back to 470 BC in China, but nobody is quite sure exactly why people started flying them. Some say they were used to spy on enemies or send messages. Evidence shows people of the South Sea Islands used them to fish. Modern kites have come a long way from the simple original designs using bamboo and silk. You can still buy a diamond-shaped kite, or you can also get complicated box or stunt kites. Just be careful not to fly one near power lines or in an electrical storm. That seems like kind of common knowledge. Benjamin Franklin learned the hard way. But kite flying, I can't tell you the last time I flew a kite, but
Well, and that's not just a story. Benjamin Franklin actually did that.
Crazy man, honestly.
I guess so.
Any of us go fly a kite yesterday, National Kite Flying Day?
I did not.
I did not either.
But
No.
I think it is windy enough. If we wanted to, we probably could fly.
We probably
Yeah.
could have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you buy kites these nowadays?
I'm sure.
Walmart?
Amazon?
Your local
Walmart?
kite store.
Oh, Amazon.
Amazon, exactly.
Target?
Yeah.
Well, VUTV has been very busy over Christmas break, putting together a total revamp of our control room. A big shout out to Ron Blatz for all of his hard work.
And be sure to join us tomorrow right here on Channel 15 at 5 p.m. as 15 News at 5 returns.
Well, that's it for today. Be sure to follow VUTV on social media at ValpoVUTV. And if you like what you see, check out all of our shows on demand at valpovutv.org/shows.
Well, that's been a really exciting Sunday so far. And enjoy the rest of your Sunday. This has been 15 in the morning.